Hello everybody, welcome to the Suomin Aikido Academy. In this presentation I will tell you how it works with the AikiLab, starting with the concept of AikiLab itself. So, the SAA AikiLab is a fruitful environment, providing you with the necessary conditions for the development of your human intelligence and realization of your human potential. Basically, this is a focused environment, like a laboratory, aiming to nurture a person. In order to do that, first of all, we need to understand what a person is. This presentation, which is aimed for general public who might be interested in our methodology of self-development, will use a widely known and widely accepted so-called theory of personality offered by Sigmund Freud. You can read about that theory more yourself if you want. It's not that we do not have our own comprehension of human nature. It's just an attempt to speak the common language. So there are two reasons we'll approach the theory right now. First, it is well known, because you may say, oh, another theory. No, we'll start with a widely accepted theory which can give the appropriate angle of view. And by the way, we do not have theories at the SAA, we have comprehension. But let's start on the common ground, considering the key concepts. So any person has ID, self-identification, which results in the personal desires. The personality also includes superego, which is the morals of the society this person has to accept as a part of that society. These morals are actually the values absorbed by the personality and the ego part of the personality. This ego actually represents a natural mind, which is basically intellect. It figures out how the personal desires correlate with the morals of the society before performing an action. Of course, the personal desires take as much space in the action as possible. This is how these three components are connected and constitute one personality. Again, let me remind you that this theory of personality is being considered as the basis to explain you the role of the AikiLab in the development of your intelligence. Of course, in the case you consider the SAA methodology a universal, unbiased tool for your self-development. And if so, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give a like to this video so that more people could see this presentation. For our goals, we'll combine the ID and ego into one unit and consider the relationship between the superego and this ID-ego personality unit. We can do that because we are interested only in one inner connection. So every society consists of personalities, and every personality is being influenced by the society they live in. That's very simple, but pay attention to that relationship. Again, every personality is shaped by the society they live in and is a product of that society, a carrier of its values. The society is superego, and this is the inner component of the personality that can be changed. The society, for you, can be changed. That's obvious. You can move to another city, another country, another culture. It can be technically changed. Anyone can agree with that. Notice that many people naturally consider society to be an external factor, but actually this is an internal component, which is a part of the personality. So superego component of the personality is the internal factor that can be changed or substituted. This is the place for the AikiLab. The AikiLab is the focused environment which consists of people having their own shared values. So when you become a part of an SAA AikiLab, what actually happens is that you are substituting your superego You are doing that by your own will, with your own choice. Of course, you are doing it to a certain extent, as you are staying in your general society. But the AikiLab, as your superego becomes more important, you allow that to happen, again, according to your own choice, to an extent you want. You can control and manage that inner process. The role of the AikiLab in forming your personality can become bigger, depending on how serious you are about your self-development practice and how important it becomes for you. As our practice is aimed to the development of human intelligence and realization of the human potential, this is the only way the process is possible. You cannot be a random visitor here who just wants to get some exotic experience without being truly involved. It doesn't work like that. And the practice is not something related to a certain culture. This is a universal, unbiased tool for self-development. You need to be involved in order for it to work for you, because it concerns personally you. You are not a simple consumer in this case. When you are in the self-development process, you are the object and also the subject of this process. The minimum for an AikiLab is 2 practitioners who would constitute Uke and Nage, following the instructions for the practice. Uke is the one who is influencing, and Nage is the one who is learning to react or explore the reaction. Basically, you learn what your reactions can be. The Aikido instructions provide you with a certain response as a recipe for your consideration. The practice starts when you start making your efforts to follow the instructions. Eventually, you may ask, it's all fine, but what do I gain in the result of such self-development practice? If it can be expressed in the terms of gain, I can say comprehension, clarity, understanding, new perception. All these come in the result of something that can be called a developed human intelligence.